Okay, so here's the thing. There are two versions of you right now. The one watching this video and the one living the life that you actually want. Now, what if I told you they don't have to be years apart? And you can collapse the space between you and them faster than you think. Sounds like a glitch in the matrix, right? But stay with me. Because collapsing timelines isn't woo woo stuff. It's neuroscience, self leadership, and energetics wrapped in one. You're not bypassing work, you're learning to live from your future instead of your past. And that changes everything. Let's talk about what is collapsing timelines anyway. Imagine you have 2 points in space. Point A is your current life, and point B is your dream life. Normally, we think there's this long linear path connecting them. You work hard, wait, struggle, grow, and eventually get there. But what if that path shrunk? What if your brain could trick itself into believing that point B is happening right now, even if you're physically at point A? That's collapsing timelines. This is about bending the perception of time in your mind so that the future doesn't feel that distant. And your brain starts acting like you're already living it. Why does this matter? It's because your subconscious, which makes up 95% of your behaviors and beliefs, doesn't know the difference between a real memory and a vividly imagined one. And when you train your mind to experience your future self's reality in the present moment, your subconscious begins rewiring itself around that truth. Think of it like updating your brain software with a fresh new version of you. Let's talk about what does it mean to collapse timelines. Let's think of your life like Google Maps. There are usually multiple ways to get to the same destination. Some are scenic, some are long-winded, and some just have 17 stops because you said yes to things that were not aligned. Collapsing timelines is like discovering a secret shortcut. It doesn't skip the journey, it just skips the detours. It's the difference between becoming that person someday or embodying that person now. This is about aligning so deeply with your vision that your outer reality starts catching up with your inner world. I want you to think of collapsing timelines as an equation made up of 5 essential parts. So, this is the equation that I've made for it: vision plus emotion plus language plus inspired action minus resistance is equal to timeline collapse. And also, I have a game-changing bonus point if you choose to stay till the end. Okay, so let's break the equation down. The first part of it is vision. You cannot collapse what you can't see. First off, we start with clarity. You cannot collapse into a version of yourself that you actually haven't met in your mind. This means going way past vague goals like, I want to be successful or I want love. What does it look like? What does it feel like? Who are you in that version? What do you wear? How do you move? Vision is about being very specific. Start imagining your future self like a fully fleshed character. Like, what does a Tuesday evening look like for them? Your subconscious needs vivid data to rewire. Otherwise, it just keeps on looping into old, familiar, safe patterns. You don't need to have a 5-year plan. You need to have a 5 senses plan. If you can't see that person, then you can't become them. It's so important to get specific. Like, what's your morning routine? Who's around you? What smells and sounds are in the air? What emotions are you feeling? I want you to write, paint, or record a voice note of your dream life in juicy detail. The clearer your brain sees it, the easier it is to collapse timelines. And then repeat like your life depends on it. This is the consistency part where it doesn't have to be boring. Make it a daily ritual thing, morning, night, even during your commute or while you're cooking. Replay your mental movie. See yourself stepping into that future, nailing your goals, glowing with confidence. The key is repetition because your brain learns through patterns. The next part of our equation is emotion. Your subconscious doesn't speak words, it speaks vibes. Your brain is wired to respond to emotional intensity over logic. And when you tap into what it feels to already have what you want, excitement, pride, peace, freedom. Consider your emotions as the GPS signal to the universe. That's why collapsing timelines is not about fake positivity. This is about feeling into the future like it's real. You want to get there faster? Ask yourself, what would it feel like if this were already true? And then hold that. Whether it's through visualization, music, scent, or movement, you have to get your nervous system familiar to the frequency of your future. This is what makes it magnetic. You're not waiting for life to arrive to feel that way. You're feeling that way to make the life arrive. Emotion is the glue which locks the identity shift in place. No emotions means no energetic updates. And the thing is, you don't have to fake it. You can access genuine emotions by recalling a moment when you felt a similar feeling. For example, if you want freedom, remember a time you truly felt free. Practice closing your eyes and feel what it's like to be your future self. What's the energy like? What does your body feel? Instead of just visualizing, feel like it has already happened. Imagine it's already yours and flood your system with that emotion. What does your body feel like when you're already in love or you're safe or you're adored? What would it feel to check your bank and see that number? What's the emotion behind your dream career? Excitement, freedom, fulfillment, power. Eventually, your subconscious will start making decisions that match that emotion. Now, coming to the third part of the equation, which is language. Language is the script you write every single day. It's the words you use with yourself and out loud. Your brain doesn't care if it's reality or fiction. It just absorbs the story you keep on telling it. So if you want to collapse timelines, then you have to upgrade your inner dialogue. What you say about your life, even in passing, shapes how your subconscious sees you. If you always keep on saying, I'm not good with money, dating is hard these days, I'm always tired, guess what becomes true? You cannot collapse timelines if your language keeps dragging you to the frequency of past. So start speaking from the new reality. Try mirror talk. You can loop affirmations in your sleep. Drop a new line every time you catch yourself slipping into an old one. Repetition is how the subconscious learns. Every time you speak from your future identity, you anchor it deeper. Coming to the fourth part of the equation, which I love talking about, is action. And not just any kind, inspired or aligned action. This is the trick most people miss. You don't become the version of you who gets the thing. You become the version of you who does things to get that thing. This is where the collapse actually happens. Not in thinking, but acting from the new identity. And you don't need to overhaul your entire life overnight. That is a one-way ticket to resistance and burnout. You need micro behaviors, 5-minute shifts, daily actions that prove to your brain that we're actually becoming them now, which could mean changing your posture when you walk into a room, saying no to something misaligned, choosing a better thought, or doing the scary but the right thing. Inspired action means taking steps that feel aligned, even if they're small or imperfect. Your future self wouldn't sit on the couch waiting for things to happen. They would do something every single day that pulls them closer. Inspired action can look like posting that vulnerable reel that you almost deleted, or sending that pitch email you've been drafting for months, getting on a flight that makes zero logical sense but pulls your guts, or saying yes to an opportunity that low key terrifies you, or maybe even leaving a place that no longer holds your future. But inspired action doesn't always have to feel glamorous. Sometimes it's silent, weird, emotional, but it rearranges your reality faster than hustle ever could. Because the universe is not testing your worth, it's testing your willingness. And how do you tell if it's an inspired action? It could look like when your body lights up even when your mind hesitates. Or you feel excited nervous, not panic nervous. Or you keep coming back to the idea even when you ignore it. And lastly, it feels like you regret not doing it more than doing it. The fifth part of our equation is resistance. You cannot collapse timelines while dragging baggage. If there's an identity, habit, story, person, or belief that doesn't fit into your next level life, it will delay its arrival every time. Resistance usually sounds like, why would it work out for me? People like me don't have it easy, or I don't feel worthy of it. When resistance comes up, awareness is your weapon. Instead of fighting or ignoring it, thank it for trying to protect you. And then gently guide your mind back to your vision and emotion. This is not about avoiding fear, it's about not feeding it. You don't get rid of it, you outgrow it by acting from your future self more than your past self. Resistance is not your enemy. The question is, are you willing to get uncomfortable for a life that finally fits? The faster you let go, the faster you realign. Now, I have a game changing bonus point for everyone who has reached till this part of the video, because I know if you're still here, then you're truly committed to the process. You want to collapse timelines like a boss? The most annoying, misunderstood, but wildly powerful cheat code? It's detachment. This is the paradox of detachment. You embody the version of you who already has it and then let go of the need for it to show up on your timeline. You completely let go of the urgency around it. Detachment can look like taking bold actions and moving on with your life, letting your vision excite you, not enslave you, or probably creating without begging for a response. Detachment can also look like trusting in divine timing and saying, whether it shows up or not, I'm already good. Because you don't manifest what you obsessively chase, you manifest what you energetically match with. Because when you need it, you're literally affirming that you don't have it. That adds resistance. But when you show up like it's already done, like that quiet inner knowing, that is when life moves in wild, crazy, unexpected ways. And attachment is not about not caring. It's about not clinging to it. So, collapsing timelines isn't about just wishful thinking or manifesting unicorns. It's a legit brain hack rooted in neuroscience and psychology. By consciously creating your vision, charging it with emotion, acting with intention, managing resistance, you literally train your brain to shortcut the path between who you are now and who you want to be. This is the ultimate life upgrade. It's mindset, muscle, and momentum. So if you're wondering how people quantum leap, it's not luck. It's not magic. They saw the vision, they practiced the frequency, they spoke the new identity, they took aligned action, dropped the baggage, and stopped trying to control the how. That is collapsing timelines. It's not out there, it's in you, waiting for your green light. So the question is, are you ready to show up like it's already yours? Because your future self isn't some distant stranger. They're just you, minus the delay. Are you ready to stop asking when it is coming and start becoming the version of you that is already it? Let's go meet them.